everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ranjanine, I'm just a kid. So a couple of days ago I played a classical game in Leeches versus a national master. He is doing a simul, so I got a game there. The simul's name is funny, as you can see here, as many minutes as number of players simul. So the number of players that will join, there will be as many minutes in the game. So 30 players joined overall. Actually, yes, 30 players joined, so it was 30 minutes. And the host, which is the national master, the drunken master himself, he had taken no extra time, so we played normally. And it was the first time that I had defeated a title player in a classical or a rapid game. And average centipond loss, the lower it gets, the better. This is really exceptional. Usually it is around 60 or 70, I've noticed, but this is absolutely exceptional. Many others told me as well. So let's start the game now. Hopefully you'll like it. So I was black and he was white. He played e4. I played e5. d4. Knight captured, e takes d4. Knight f3. This is all normal actually. I played d5. And here Stockfish is saying that this is an inaccuracy, but actually this is all normal lines. He played e takes d5, I took queen takes d5, he took queen takes d4, I captured his queen back, knight takes, and then I played, and again Stockfish says it's quite a mistake. Yes, this was a slight mistake, but only slight. We could easily be a draw. I mean, it's almost equal. So here he played the best move, knight b5. Stockfish saying the advantage, the engine is saying the advantage is slightly towards white, just +2. But from here, a national master against an intermediate level player should win. So I'm not expecting too much. I was just playing casually at this stage of the game. I played bishop d6. He took, I took. He played this. I played d5, knight c3, knight f6, queenside castle. I protected the pawn, bishop e6, and then knight b5. So now I castle kingside, because if I hadn't castled, this would have come for me. And look at this. Oh my word. So anyway, I castled. Then he played knight c7. Knight c7. I played rook a d8. He played knight into e6. Now Stockfish again says it was an inaccuracy, but not that much. It was almost all equal. You can see it. F into e6. Now f3. I play knight g4 with the idea that if he takes, I take this. I take his bishop. That should have been good. My rook was in a good place. Yeah. So of course he didn't take, and my knight was also threatening this. So he played bishop g5. Without thinking much actually, I play knight f2. Bishop into d8. Rook into d8. Now can you tell me what is the interesting fact here? You guessed it right. Then it's the time. Look at the earlier move. 28 minutes 27 seconds. I played rook into d8 after thinking for more than 8 minutes. More than 8 minutes. 8 minutes 35 seconds to be precise. So now he gave this. Now you can see the game was all equal actually. 0.0, 0.1, all equal. I played rook c8. This was the stage from where Stockfish says, the engine says, that I started to play better. But I still was playing casual. I didn't thought that I could win in longer format of the game against a title player. Yes, I had beaten title players 4 times or 5 times in blitz and bullets, but never in classical or rapid. Anyway, he played c3. I played king f7, still having patience. Rook he1, now saving one of his rooks. Now I of course had to take, because or else if the other rook would escape, he would be exchange up. So knight into d1, king into d1. I was thinking rook into d1 and I was a bit uncomfortable at this stage, but fortunately for me he took with king into d1. Yeah, of course. Even if this, I had this, then I had this, but it really does stay equal here. This doesn't though, why? Oh, I was mistaken. Actually, I thought that rook can't take because I have the knight, and if this takes, I win his bishop because my rook is giving a discovered check to his king. Anyway, that did not happen. In fact, this was a bad move because I would end up losing a free pawn. Because bishop takes, rook had to take, and then rook takes simple. He wins a free pawn. Now just look at the advantage. It's all gone in white's favor and he's completely winning. However, this was not what he played, so I deleted from here. He now played king to d1. It came rather as a blessing in disguise because I was going to play one of those unpleasant moves and almost lose myself the game later on. Probably I would. So it actually came as a blessing in disguise. I was not feeling comfortable that he had taken with the king. I missed my opportunity, but actually there was no opportunity. I was heading straight along the trap. So yeah. I played 8-6 with just no idea because now both the squares the pawn was controlling. So yeah, I was considering whether I would play a6 or 8-6. It looked to me as if none of them made a real difference, so I played 8-6. So now notice the times. I'm 7 minutes up on time. This game dragged quite long. It was one of the last 6 or 7 games. He played bishop d3, g5, and because it dragged long, because it was one of the last games, that is why the National Master could play faster later. So, just normal chess here. Bishop d3, g5, king d2, king f6, and king e3. knight e5, bishop e2, knight c4, all this all normal. Takes. Suddenly, out of nowhere, White's advantage has slightly been decreasing, slightly, tip by tip, touch by touch. But why? Because his rook is in a bad position. It's in a very bad position. It cannot move. And my rook, I mean, it can move only to protect its pawn, and that too in the first rank. But my rook, just look at this. Boom. Boom. That was good. I think so. So, it was a pleasant position for black. And it was very tough to get a win out of here though. King d3. Rook h4. Just playing around with the rook and the pawns. h3, rook a4, a3, h5 with the idea of h4. Just normal actually. Rook a1, I continued with my plan, h4. And now b3 would have certainly left me in a bit of thought. Would have to think and then give the move, but b4 and no hesitation. I had a plan in my mind. You'll see what it is soon enough. That is, if he didn't play king c2 as Stockfish suggests. This probably wouldn't have made any difference to my plan. b5. He played c4. Actually, to me, it was not only an inaccuracy. To me, it seems it is a huge blunder, the blunder of the game. So, this was my plan. I take the center, then I take this as well. And he could have played on. I mean, takes, you have a fair bit of chance left in this game. But he took this thinking that his pawn could march right down and he would win this game with a d pawn or at least save it. But that was not to be, because at the end, look at this. My king could come to this square. Guard these 3 squares. Boom, boom, boom. d8, e8, and d7. So it would stop his pawn completely. His king would take too long a time to reach here, by which this pawn would have promoted to a queen and game would be over surely. That's what happened actually. C into d5, huge blunder. A takes b4. Rook b1. Now actually the game is closed. Yes, minus 6.6. If it were any other time, Stockfish would have said that's a blunder or a mistake. And now since already I'm winning, so it doesn't make much difference. Even the engine understands that. B takes a3. King c3. a2. And rook a1. King e7, king b3, b5, rook into a2, rook into a2, king into a2, king d6, king b3, king into d5, king b4. So we're actually just king c6. Protecting the pawn, king c3, king c5. He's just testing if I could play endgame well. Of course I could, because I had practiced many positions on the endgame and the opening. My weak part is the middle game, which was actually the winning part of the game in this game for me. King d3, b4, he resigned because Even if he does this, I'll just go ramp him up, win the game. And whatever around the other way, that is, if he goes here, I have to capture my pawn. Then I just play this, takes, or anywhere I would capture his pawns. Just go on certainly like this, 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 this. I mean, that's my style of play. This, 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 this. I would take. Game's over. Yeah, because look at this. Whatever he does, he gets trapped. Look here. Now he has only 2 squares. Only 2. And mate. That's it. Yeah, that's my style of mating. With nothing else on the board. A queen and a king. A clear corner checkmate. I learned that from some YouTube video. I liked it very much. So yes, the game would have been up, and if suddenly he decided to change his mind way back here, that no, I must go back, then I'm afraid I have the same recipe, only the other way around. Is now my march making forward, takes, march more, comes back, not in time, marches to my pawn, I take, he comes, I go here, he takes, here, maybe this, takes, oh no, option of taking, so I win. And if the engine's just this, I also have a counter attack against this, that is, I just take, simple, takes, chase if you want, chase if you want, chase if you want, and then it's again mate in my style. I love it. Yeah, I like that type of mate. It looks clean, clear. So anyway, it's a nice game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. He had to resign at the end. He resigned at this position. So really in game, I was happy, very very happy with this game. Didn't gain any rating because this was a casual, because in simuls you can't do rated games, so it was nice to play, very nice. So do subscribe to my channel, don't forget. Hopefully you'll like my videos. Thank you everybody. Bye.